So, ready to watch the most unprofessional video of my ranking of Star Wars movies? So, this is my second YouTube video ever posting. I'm going to start with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, there are 10 Star Wars movies. I'm going to start with my last one. So, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I rank a 6.2 out of 10. And my rating scale is a little bit different. And there's Mocha, by the way. So, my rating scale, an A plus would be a 9. And I don't believe any movies go above a 9 because there's always room for improvement. So I have an A plus as a 9 and a 4.9 as an F. So this one I rank as C minus at 6.2, Attack of the Clones. My next movie is Episode 8, The Last Jedi. I would give this movie a C rating and a 6.4 out of 10. And I love all Star Wars movies, but this one just definitely disappointed me more than any other. So I still give it a C, which is still a solid movie rating, but it's definitely almost unwatchable. But it's still a good movie. It's just not up to my standards. And then my next movie, I call episode 3.25 because it's after episode 3 and before Rogue One. So this would be episode 3.25, Solo, A Star Wars Story. I give this movie a 6.6 out of 10, and I would give it a C rating. And I just generally liked this movie. It wasn't such a Star Wars feeling movie, but it was still a good movie. The plot was pretty good. And I liked all the characters. And I thought Alden Ehrenreich, I think his name is, played pretty good in the movie as the Han Solo. Now my next movie on the list. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this would be my 8th favorite movie here. I'm sorry. 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, either way. So this is my next movie on the list. This would be episode 3.5, Star Wars Rogue One. I give Rogue One a B minus. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, Rogue One I would give a B minus and a 7 out of 10. I actually really liked this movie. I didn't like the characters as much as any of the other movies, but I feel like the plot was pretty good and I liked how it tied up to episode 4. Yeah, this movie tied right up to episode 4, and it actually gave a pretty good taste in my mouth at the very end of the movie. Although I really, really did not like the blind man in the movie, or I don't know any of these characters' names. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I just woke up, so that's why I'm super out of it right now. I've actually got my list right here if you guys want to look at it. I watched every single movie about maybe, I don't know, a year ago. I watched every single movie in a row with my brother, and then we ranked it from the plot, the music, the feel of the movie, the characters. We ranked 1 through 10 for every movie, for every subject, and then we just graded it upon that. Okay, so now I got 6 movies remaining. So at number 6, I've got Episode 1, Star Wars Phantom Menace. I actually really, really liked this movie. This is my first one I saw in the theater. And I really like all of the characters, and I don't know why it gets so much criticism. I still give it a B minus, a 7.2 out of 10. I just generally really like this movie. And it's only lower on my scale because I don't know, there's just better Star Wars movies, but I still really like this one. So now I got so this is my 5th favorite movie. Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. This was, growing up, one of my favorite movies. Obviously it was always my favorite because of the ending. But the older I get, the worse the graphics get and the worse the music is. And when you grade a movie according to plot and characters and music and everything else that ties in, this movie generally just has really good characters and not as good of plot or music. And it definitely had some grainy scenes which weren't so good. But in general, this movie is very good. I give this a Return of the Jedi, Episode 6. I give a 7.4, a B minus. Or, I'm sorry, it's a B. So, 7.4 out of 10. And then my 4th favorite movie is Star Wars The Force Awakens. I really did not like some of the characters. I don't like Rey. I really do like Kylo Ren. Finn is pretty good. I don't know. I just say overall it was pretty refreshing of a movie. Kind of tied in the old series with the new series. I don't know. It was a pretty good movie. I give it a B plus, 7.6 out of 10. I really liked the lead up of this movie. They left a very good taste in my mouth when it was, led up to this Luke Skywalker at the end. And that's why Episode 8 disappointed me so much, because this movie had so much build up and so much potential, and then they just basically severed Episode 8 right off at the head. So this movie was very good, and I think it would even be better if Episode 8 was better. But this movie, it kind of slid down on my list because of Episode 8 ruining it a little bit. Okay, my 3rd favorite Star Wars movie. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. This movie was very good. I haven't seen it, like I say, since I watched all of the movies right in a row. I think leading up until Solo, maybe. And then I'd just say this movie's very good. It's got some cheesy parts, and it's actually really good. For Episode 1 and 2, getting so much criticism. I still like episode 1 a lot. Episode 2 is decent, but it's kind of long and boring. Episode 3 has very good parts, and I like how he transfers into Darth Vader, and it's very entertaining. And then my second favorite Star Wars movie. Oh, and episode 3 again. I rank this movie an 8 out of 10, 8.0, and I give it an A minus. So now, episode 4 is my second favorite movie, A New Hope. This movie I give an 8.4 out of 10 and an A rating. This growing up was always my favorite movie. I always felt like it had the best plot. You get to know all of the characters. It was very refreshing. It's probably the movie that I watched the least growing up, but it was always the funnest to watch because we always watched the other ones more, but this was definitely my favorite. And the reason why I didn't rate it number 1 is because number 1 is The Empire Strikes Back. The reason why I rated it number 1 and not number 2 or 3, like I may have in the past, is because when you watch it, you realize how good the graphics are, and the music is phenomenal, and just everything that ties into it, it makes it the best movie. I like the plot a lot. It led up very well into episode 6. So Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, I give an A+, an 8.8 out of 10. And remember, I only go up to a 9 out of 10 as my A+, because I feel like there's always room for improvement in movies. So I leave room for an even better movie to get a higher rating. Even though A+ is still a very good rating, I guess I could always do an A++, because this movie definitely deserves an A+. And that's my order of my 10 Star Wars movies. And again, this is my second video ever making on YouTube, and my only video that I've ever made of not pictures. So this is like my only real video. So you can criticize it all you want, but I don't really care. I just woke up and decided to make a video. Bye.